Hi, this is Bea from Sorcery Soap, and I purchased a bunch of fragrance oils from Candle Science, and this isn't necessarily a review because I haven't used them, but I called them reviews in the past. They're not really reviews, they're mostly reactions to the fragrance oil right out of the bottle to let you know what I think of them. And if you follow Sorcery Soap, you kind of get an idea of the type of nose I have. I tend toward forest scents and ocean scents, rain scents, a little bit of flower, and some exotic scents. So here we go. And also, if you follow Sorcery Soap, you know you can get handmade soap over there because there's kind of a big deal right now in the world about washing your hands, which seems to be common sense that you should do that all the time. But if you need handmade soap, you could go over to Sorcery Soap and purchase soap that's made. It takes 6 weeks for cold processed soap to cure, so you might want to get some now. A lot of the soap makers I know are making soap right now today, spending their time at home making soap. And if you want to know other soap makers besides myself, there are plenty of soap makers that I've interviewed, so you could read about their process and what inspires them and what gets them going and see what kind of soaps they make, because there's pictures over there too. That's Jay right there. And dog just went to take a nap because he's done for his begging cycle. Okay, here we go. Lush Linen. Lush Linen. I'll put a description, or I'll put a list of all the fragrance oils below in the description. Lush Linen. That's awesome. And it reminds me of a time I spent in Hilton Head. Oh, before I get going in all these fragrance oils, this is really nice. It's clean linen. I have their clean cotton, by the way, and that is super nice, and I've used it many times. But this Lush Linen smells lovely, like a little bit sweeter than a clean cotton, and obviously I haven't used it yet, just so you know. But one of the reasons why you want to pay attention to, if you don't know who I am, if you've never seen my website or seen my YouTube videos, which I have hundreds of those, not that YouTube likes me very much, but whatever. I have an Instagram channel with just hit 42,000 followers over there, which is awesome. We have a Facebook group, Sorcery Creations. Answer all the questions if you want to get in. I have a website that I've had up for about 6 years, I think. I've been making handmade soap for a long time, and I've written 4 books on the topic of soap dough, and most recently included the practices and how to make basic soap dough in the book, the book of soap recipes of Light and Shadow, which is also a workbook, and it has 10 recipes in each. 2 volumes, 1 and 2. You can take a look at those over there. And I've written the first series of books on the practices of soap dough. And as far as I know, at least I have written the first books, I want to say in the world, okay, but I know that gives me a lot of grief. But here's the deal, that I can find that have an ISBN number. So these are the first books about soap dough and soap dough practices in the world with an ISBN. How about that? I took the time, and it's not a small endeavor. I took the time to write all this and to photograph all the soaps and everything. And so now there's 4 books available, actual print books. They're also ebooks in case you don't want to spend the money on the shipping, which I understand, so I offer the ebooks. Okay. So that's who I am, and that's why I'm doing this video. Here we go. On to the good stuff. Cactus flower and jade. As far as I know, cactus flowers don't smell very strongly, and I've personally never smelled a cactus flower because cactus are pokey, and I don't get that close to them. But I have taken lots of pictures of cactus, and they have cactus flowers, and the flowers are fuchsia, and they have little sort of sharp, pointy-edged petals to them, and they come in different sort of shades of fuchsia, and some are pink. And inside, I think these are two different types of cactus that I'm thinking of that are grown naturally in the desert, and prickly pear is one of them, but that's not what that usually grows around here, but it's not the one that I'm thinking of. It's another one more like a barrel-shaped cactus, and the flowers inside of them, the stamen or wherever the pollen is like yellow, orangish. So, wow, that's nice. That would be exactly what I think it should smell like. And I don't know, that makes no sense, but yeah. Kind of floral, of course, but not overpowering, with a little bit of mystery in it, where you go, I could hear that, I could smell some, like, that's like a perfect name for it. Cactus, flower, and jade. Okay, great. Let's move on. Sea minerals. I have quite a few sea scents. That's nice. Ooh, there's something very different in that. Sea minerals. A little bit of maybe an iron scent or something. I'm not sure what that is. Now, granted, I could write or read what they say, because Candle Science has great descriptions about their fragrance oils. I could read what they say, and I prefer just to smell them. High Tide. Yeah, that's nice. I don't buy things that smell like fragranced things of like detergent and soaps and things like that, because I stay away from phthalates. And this is just a choice, and this reminds me of an actual fragrance I might get commercially in a store, and it's not bad. Oh, and I'm pretty sure all these fragrances are phthalate free. I'm fairly certain. Do I generally tend to those? So I have to double check before that. Okay, so Rose Petal Gelato. Ooh, that's kind of sweet, a sweet rose. So here's why I get this. I don't usually use rose fragrance oils because they don't sell very well. But I like them occasionally, and the picture shows a really faint purpley lavender ice cream, and that's why I bought it, because I really liked it and it sounded intriguing to me. Rose Petal Gelato. I'm like, well, what would that smell like? So it was only $1.33, so I like it, and I will use it because I know exactly the mica that I'll use with this, which is called Twisted Berry. Berry Twist by Nurture Soap. And it's the same color, I think. It's a purpley lavender, I think. So that is a winner. That's definitely a winner. I don't care that it smells like rose. I'll definitely make it. Okay, amber and driftwood. We know it's going to smell like amber, right? Yep, top note is amber. And there's another fragrance I use, Driftwood and Sea Salt from Wholesale Supplies Plus, which I really like that fragrance. And that's what this reminds me of. So Driftwood is, I think it's sort of musky, a little bit undertone like that, like maybe vetiver or maybe bergamot in there. I'm not sure, but definitely amber top note. And I can almost guarantee that's going to discolor, but it smells really nice and worth it. And I'm going to put one of those in my shower. Okay, pineapple sage. I don't really care for sage scents, but pineapple was very intriguing. Fresh pineapple, absolutely no chemical smell, and definitely on board. Totally using that. Okay. Sorry for the noise. Fallen leaves. I made a soap many years ago where I made soap dough really, really thin, and I had gradations of orange, yellow, and green in it, and I cut out with an X-Acto knife little tiny leaves, and then I dropped them all over top of the soap, and I called it Fallen Leaves because I think I used an actual fragrance oil that was called Fallen Leaves. Oh yeah. A little bit of smoke scent. Gosh, I don't know. Top note is, wow. I don't know. Oh gosh, that's so nice. I want to just use it and wear it all the time. It's so nice. It reminds me of a time I lived in, and I walked across the Notre Dame campus, and the whole place was full of leaves, big, huge, beautiful leaves. And wow, that's a nice memory. You know how there's a little bit of smoke in the air when people are burning leaves, but not the offensive kind, but just that little bit of smoke, and then it's sort of musky out because all the leaves are out. Wow, that's a great name for that. Okay. Rainwater. Are you bored yet? Okay. Yep. That's what I think a barrel of rainwater would smell like. That's really nice and clean, a little bit of ozone and dreamy. Okay, so here's my favorite that I wanted to get, and I think it discolors. So, being a writer, I say that tentatively, even though I've written many books, 4 of which are actually available right now. I studied writing for a long time, and I wrote daily for 5 years. So that daily writing was not just journal writing, it was actually writing practice and taking classes and being in a group and having assignments and working for a newspaper and doing all this stuff. And so, being a writer, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. My strength would be taking my imagination and putting it on page. My weakness is how I do that. So I practice a lot. So you would think that having so much practice, I would be much better than I am, but it's still writing practice, just like it is soap practice. Anyway, I love books. Love them. And when I was a kid, I was in a book club every summer, and I would get to go to the library once a week. Why only once, I don't know, but once a week. And so I'd take out the stack of books, and the librarian would, question me and ask me if I was really going to read all those books. And so the goal was to read 200 books a summer, which I accomplished. And you get, gold stars or whatever they were giving at the time, and you could read more. And that was something that I was really good at. And so I took books out on many subjects because the appropriate area for young children was, I had exceeded that a long time ago. So anyway, I'm very excited about this library scent. Oh yeah. Okay, so in the process of taking books out of the library, first of all, there's a scent that goes along with the library, and it's sometimes a little musty, and sometimes it's a little bit dusty, and there's like a sense that I get in the library of ancient knowledge. Now, not entirely true, but there is some information and knowledge in there. But every time I got a book, I would smell it, and some of the books, the more grown-up books, sometimes would have scents on them, like people had left their perfume on it or left their cologne on it, and so I would have an imagination about, I would imagine more about their life, what kind of person, based on the topic of the book, had read that book. So this library, to me, is like a Sherlock Holmes kind of guy would read this book. I can't wait to use that. That's so exciting. Okay, Ocean Breeze. That's nice. It's not, I touched it. Fail. Darn. Anyway, that's Ocean Breeze. That's lovely. It's super nice. Just clean. Really clean. There's just the tiniest bit of floral in there, but not. It's not. It's something like floral. Maybe a jasmine. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, we'll move on. black raspberry. I don't generally like black raspberry fragrances because they're all sort of commercialized. Black raspberries as a kid, I don't remember smelling very much of anything. And we used to pick black raspberries. So here's what happened. Black raspberries fruit at the late summer. And they usually fruit along creeks and waterways. And so where I lived, it was really humid. And they're briar berries. And so we would have to, here it is like August, right before we go back to school, and we'd have to wear long sleeves and pants and hats because there were ticks, and cover ourselves up to the best of our ability, and then we'd go down to the creeks because, and again, here's the other thing, they're free. So they were free to pick as long as you had the farmer's permission or whoever owned the property. And so we could go pick these black raspberries. In all other fruit picking, strawberries, blueberries, you eat as much as you pick. That's just the way the process worked. But with black raspberries, nobody would eat them because we wanted to get out of there as soon as possible because we're so hot and uncomfortable, and we'd get stickers and poked and everything. So we'd just go out there and pick them, and I don't remember them being particularly pleasant, but my aunts would make jam and jellies, and they would make them with lots of sugar, of course, and they tasted really nice. It smells like black raspberry vanilla for sure, like commercial-wise. And it's not chemical. It smells true to form. Yeah, it's okay. We'll see how it behaves. You know who has a really nice black raspberry vanilla is Nurture Soap, and I haven't gotten that in a long time, but they have very, very lovely one. Okay, so I got 2 lavenders, and I'm not a big fan of lavender, so take it for what it's worth. That's nice. So this lavender doesn't smell chemical, smells nice. The question would be whether it holds up or not. I make a soap that is a purple soap, and it has handmade lavender flowers on top of it, which I think I'm going to redesign, even though I really liked it because it was sort of gradated. But maybe I'll put a picture if I remember to, and you could see an example of what it looked like. But that's nice. Okay, so then my lavender and tea and tonic. So this was just interesting to me. Tea and tonic. That is okay. It's just okay. It definitely smells like lavender tea. I don't know what the tonic would be. Probably my least favorite of all these. So I'll move on so I don't see anything negative. And Tonka and Oud, which I love the new Oud scents that are coming out. The wood, they're, you know, sort of a deep wood scent. Like real wood, like wet wood kind of. That's really nice. There's like a cedar scent to it. Fresh cut wood. I really, really like it. I think I've used this one actually before, and it makes me happy. So, okay, so that's all the fragrances, and you can see how I feel about them, so that you can just see how I feel about them. So take it for what it's worth, and know that I have the least amount of trouble with, well, I have a little bit of trouble. I don't mean to say it that way. I have enough positive things come out of the fragrance oils from Candle Science that I keep ordering from them. So I really like them. That's all I'm going to say about that. I really like them. And I try to offset by soaping cool and soaping at consistency and using the same recipe and all that stuff. So for cold process soap. So the other thing I wanted to let you know is that there were quite a few people that asked for the limited soap dough books again. So now we have the limited soap dough books. So these, here's the first one, second, and then the soap workbooks here with recipes in them. And they all have recipes in them, but these have 10 each. So these are available, and they come in this pouch with a key here, a symbolic key. And these pouches, variety of colors, and you sort of get what you get, but I chose 4 colors that I wouldn't mind having any one of those colors. So there's a lovely iridescent green, purple, blue, and black. And then you get a fun little pen, and soap cookies, and there's sayings in little card sayings, soap samples, soap cookie, more little card sayings you can keep. I've designed all this, by the way. I've designed the cards, I designed the soap, I designed the whole entire lot. And the reason I send soap samples is because it's not just to smell the scent, but to see, because a lot of soap makers buy from me, and so to share how it performs. So you could get, like, this is Seventh Heaven, and this is from Nurture Soap. So, for example, I put the name of the fragrance oil in there. You just search Seventh Heaven fragrance oil, and Nurture Soap will probably come up. And then this one is Oud Wood. And that one this Oud happens to be from Nurture Soap. So, yeah, so everything I've designed, and I want you to know that the limited soap dough book sets are available on sorcerysoap.com, and that's pretty much it. So keep washing your hands and stay safe, and that's all I'll say about that. And it is business as usual here. Okay, bye.